Welcome back to GT Sport, and we're jumping straight into the race today, and we're finishing off the Clubman Cup after doing the little GT3 race last time. So we're in the Lamborghini again at the Kyoto Driving Park, and this is the first lap. You see we're just, as in all the other races with the Lambo, we're just slipping it up, everybody's inside, nice and easy, much faster. Coming around the outside of that Toyota on this spoon curve, and we're into this quick S section at the top of the track, and you can see I have to sort of pull out a little bit. As you can see, these two cars in front are squabbling and just sort of slowing us up, but we see our opportunity to go around there outside. Our acceleration is so much faster, it just makes all these overtakes nice and easy. Coming down into the second spoon curve, you can see it's just sort of like easy on the throttle before slipping it straight up the inside, and we accidentally take too much speed and drift out wide and bash into the tyre wall, but it doesn't affect us too much because obviously it just slows us down to everybody else's speed than anything more serious than that. Coming into this sort of much slower, tricky hairpin sections, so it sort of track bends back on itself here, and you can see we're almost giving that car in front a little bit of a push. He's so slow, and then here we are just coming around the next bit of the hairpin section, and we sort of ride the ripple strip, and it's just nice, easy overtake. Cutting later into the lap as we're catching up to the car in 6th place, and it's just another one on the straight, nice and easy. And then we come to this much slower section. We're hard on the brakes, closing right up to the back of the Alpha, and he does the same thing we've done, where we both drifted out wide. We've taken too much speed into the corner, but then we just straighten up, and we get past him quite easily going up the hill here. Then we're coming in towards the next hairpin before a quick section towards the main straight, and it's again we just go up, everybody's inside, but carry too much speed again. It was quite a late move then, and so all those two cars get past us again. But we managed to stay in 5th and don't lose the place to the Alpha. Accidentally go on the grass a little bit, but we get those positions back easy into this interesting sort of double left-hander before coming up onto sort of the back bit of the main straight. We've got a nice slow section here. This is where we close up quite a lot to those cars in front because we just can carry so much more corner speed. Drifting out wide, straightening the car up, putting the power down onto that main straight, and it'll be nice and easy. Straight past them, easy overtakes. And that was pretty much the rest of the race. We had this cutting to this on the last lap. We had one little moment where in that slow hairpin we took way too much speed and accidentally hit the wall and spin. But obviously we were so far ahead at this point, the spin didn't really make that much of a difference to our race. We just get back on the track, and so that was the rest of the race, and we finished by a good 6 seconds ahead. So we're going to cut ahead into the final race of the Clubman Cup, where it's an oval track, and this time instead of the Lamborghini we're going to be driving the Mercedes SLS. It's just something slightly different, but it's again we've got the same power advantage over everything. Personally, not a huge fan of oval racing, but this one's just because it's the sort of triangle shape, it's slightly more interesting, but I much prefer track racing. Coming into the very bottom of the triangle, you can see we'd already gained a position coming into there, and then on this second straight almost, you can see it's like a bit of a traffic jam in front of us, but we just ease past all of them, and there's a bright orange Mercedes there, which is not the colour I personally would have gone for. Coming into the sort of the top of the track, and this is you've got to keep it flat around here too and keep the speed up. If you can easily though, if you take the inside, there's a bit of a dip in the track and that can cause you to spin into the wall, but if you keep it on that line there, sort of around the sort of second, third lane of this track, it's carrying a lot of speed through there. Coming back onto the main straight here, we're up into 5th already. So this race was going to be one of those where it's just like see how fast I can go and see what my top speed, what the fastest lap I can get out of this car is. So that was more my aim, to get the fastest lap than to actually win the race. You can see like this car, it was like, what does he do? He just sort of hits the wall and then like bunny hops, and then but of course cuts in front of us. But I'd never seen anything like that before in GT, so it's something you'll actually see later on again, where it's like the cars just seem to bunny hop when they hit the walls in that corner in particular, and they all seem to follow that same line. So if they're going wide, they're going to bunny hop and then cut in front of you. So we're trying to close it to the guy in first, who's coming up to 5 seconds ahead of us, but it's these two corners here we can carry a lot more speed than anybody else does. We accidentally drift out a little bit wider than I would have liked there and lose a little bit of speed, but we're still going around 90 around that corner, which is what we want to be doing. So we're just chasing him down now, but we're obviously looking for, so at the moment we've done a 1:56. We want to obviously get, that's on the second lap, so we know we can got a lot more time once we get some clear air. And you can see the Alpha does the same things that Mustang did, just sort of bunny hopped off the wall slightly and then of course cut straight in front of us. But this time I sort of was expecting that, so lost a little bit of speed on purpose, so I need to prevent myself being bashed into. But you see we slipstream him, already doing another fastest lap. And then coming up to the corner now, and then it's just keep it flat, full power. So you want to stay in this sort of second lane here and then let the car naturally drift out wide slightly, just avoid the wall. She was still on for the fastest lap at this point. About 90 around this corner, keeping it power down now, and then again it's to let it drift out wide. You want to try and maximise the space and get close to the walls, but obviously it's that fine balance between getting close to them and clipping them. So now we're doing a 56.2, so we've shaved another 0.3 off that lap. And then you can see I've done the 56.2, and then this Paulson guy does 56.1, and I'm just like, well, okay, so now we're actually got a bit of a battle on for the first time in the Clubman Cup, so that's going to be a bit interesting. So this fight, but we're 1.6 seconds ahead on this lap, so this one I was just like supremely confident. It was like, well, this will be one that no one's going to be able to top this fastest lap here. But for some reason I had like brain fart moment and accidentally broke going around that corner. It's just like one of those where you're like, well, that's going to have cost us some time. Then I was distracted and hit the wall, but we're still over 2 seconds up at this point, so it's like I knew I could, like, had a lot of time to gain on the next lap. Like coming up to the main straight now, like what's the time going to be? We're looking good for it's a 54 flat basically. That was a pretty good lap. I was quite happy with that lap, and I wasn't, apart from that one mistake we had in that corner, I wasn't sure how much more time there was going to be to make up. And then you can see, again, it's like our fastest lap gets smashed, so 53.7, and I was just like, how are they finding all of this time? They must be slipstreaming off each other, because that's the only way I think they could be anywhere faster than we are. So now it's just like, when I knew there's a car coming up, so I knew I got the chance to get a bit of slipstream to try and get that fastest lap again. But we're still actually got the time, so we're going to use this Mito though to get a bit of slipstream towards the straight. But obviously he drifts one and ends up braking, so it kind of ruins that chance for us. But so that was a bit disappointing in the end, but we still were on for the fastest lap at this point, thanks to not correcting the mistakes we made last time. But you can see we actually just miss out on the fastest lap by 1/10 of a second. But then again, the fastest lap gets beaten by Paulson now with 52.8, and that's one of those where I was actually so shocked by that I lost concentration, hit the wall then. But it's like, I would love to have seen that lap, because that is ridiculous in anything less than what we've got. So you can see here we are now cut ahead, and we're slipstreaming this Peugeot to try and get a fastest lap. But again, it's just not there. We're 53.9. We just cannot get there at all. So braking hard now, and it's I think this is where that corner is the one where I'm losing a lot of time, and I think there's loads of gains to be made if you can just get on the accelerator at the right time. You can see I'm up on my personal best, but it's still down on the fastest lap. Come around the corner again, nice and flat, doing about 160, so it's faster than we were doing before in the entry into that corner. And again, it's my personal best, but just not anywhere near the fastest lap time. So I'm just like, I don't know what. I mean, because I'm easily the fastest car on the track, so I don't understand what he did on that lap to get that time. He must have had slipstreams up both straights and on the sort of coming into the last corner. So I get my personal best of 53.8, and it's still just not good. It's a second slower. But anyway, we're coming to the end of the race now, and it's the final lap. Oval racing is not my personal favourite, but that one, trying to find out how to get the 52.8 was actually quite entertaining. But that was the race. So that's us finished with the Clubman Cup now. So we'll be moving on to a new championship. But next time we're going to give Rally a go though before we move on to the next championship. But until then, make sure you check out previous videos and like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.